I already erased the audio and uploaded again, and you can listen to it. So we're going to jump then this part, this listening part, because I've been trying to for you to listen, but come on, we're going to jump this. We're not going to let it to stop us. Okay, let's go to a journal. Says reading. Do you or your friends keep a journal? What topics do people write about in journals? Add other ideas. And we have problems, family, school. Read Ashley's journal entries for last week. What topics did she write about? And we have Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Okay, Carlos, do you keep a journal? Hello, Carlos. This part is for us to talk. Do you keep a journal? No, okay. Well, sometimes or at some point of your life, did you used to keep a journal or not? No? Okay, well, usually in the journals you talk about things that you, besides problems, family, and school, you also talk about friends, right? So let's go to exercise B. Read Ashley's journal for last week. What topics did she write about? Okay, so what you're going to do right now is to read Ashley's journal. Okay, let me know when you finish reading it so we can go to exercise C. Read the journal entries again. Do you agree with these statements? Okay, only read one time, and then let me know when you finish. Okay. Okay, you're ready. Says, read the journal entries again. Do you agree with these statements about Ashley? Why or why not? Compare with a partner. Okay. Okay. Can we start with the sentences, Carlos? Or would you like me to give you another minute so you can read reread again the journal? I agree. Ashley enjoyed her first day at her new job. Yes. She wanted to go out with Brad on Wednesday. Agree or disagree? Disagree. I already made dinner plans with some people from work, right? She's not happy with Brad. Agree or disagree, Carlos? Agree. Brad called me 3 times at work. I turned off my cell phone in the end. Okay, she's unhappy with Brad. She didn't have fun at the party. Disagree. I went to a party and I met some really fun people. Very good. She doesn't want a boyfriend right now. Agree or disagree? Ay, ¿qué fue eso? Sorry. Agree. I don't think I want a boyfriend right now. Very good. Number 6. She had a busy week. Agree or disagree? Agree. I had a really busy day. I went to a big meeting and it went on all day. Oh, it says week, not day, but yeah, I mean, she actually had a busy week, right? Because she was hanging out, she was working hard and hanging out with friends. So, yeah. Okay, let's continue then. Very good, Carlos. Let's go to writing a journal. Write a journal for 2 days last week. What did you do? Write a short paragraph about each and we have. Monday, I meet Kanako after work. Then I had to go to my dance class. I bought some food before I went home. I ate dinner very late. On Tuesday, I got up late and blah 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 blah. Right? Have a note. Ordering events with before, after, when, and then. I meet a friend after or before class. I called a friend before when I went out. Sorry, before I went out, I called a friend. Went to bed when I came home, or when I came home, I went to bed. I left work, then I met a friend. Okay, that is like for you to order the events that happen in your day. So what you're going to do right now is that you're going to write 2 entries for your journal for 2 days from last week. Go on. I'm going to give you or so 10 minutes to do it, okay? You can start right now. Do you have any doubts so far? Okay. Give me a minute, Carlos. Hello, Carlos. Hello, Carlos. Oh, sorry if you heard something. Sorry, there was an accident. So we're going to continue. Okay, Carlos. Um, did you finish your task? Have you finished your task? Ready. Okay. Can you please write down your two entries for the journal? Today I went at work and then I traveled home to arrive on time for my English class. But my teacher did not show up and the class was suspended at night. I went with my mom to the fair stalls. Okay. Sunday, I traveled to Acapulco and then bought some food for my week before off to arrive at home. Before off? For my week before off to arrive at home? With Monica, old friend of college, and we talk about work. Okay, here is, I didn't understand that part. Food for my week? Before, I didn't understand what you tried to mean there. Some food for my week before off to arrive at home. What you try to say there, Carlos? You can tell me in Spanish if you want. Okay. Food for my week before I arrive home. Would be before I arrive home. Then remember to use this. Then after, before, then. In this case would be then. Then I meet with Monica. With Monica. I met with Monica, an old friend from college. An old friend from college. And we talk about our work. Okay, very good. Now, say pair work. Read your partner's journal, then find out more about your partner's week. Ask questions. So you meet Kanako after work on Monday, or well, these are some examples, right? Say listening and speaking. Don't forget. How do you remember things you have to do? Ask and answer questions. How do you remember things you have to do, Carlos? Carlos, how do you remember things you have to do? Okay, you put some notes on your cell phone and you set alarms, right, in your agenda. Okay, says, do you write lists, things to do? I usually write lists. That is the thing that helps me the most because they are easy. They're easy like to lose, but they are also easy to find. And for example, when I write something on my cell phone, I usually tend to get distracted by another things on my cell phone. But with the list, there is no such a things like that, right? Do you have a daily or weekly planner? I do. I do have a weekly planner. How about you, Carlos? Do you have a weekly planner? No, you don't have one. Okay. Do you write notes? What you say that you write notes? What else? Do you just try to remember anything? You do this? No, you don't try to just to try to remember things, right? You take notes so you don't forget them. You don't try. That's right. Very good. Let's continue. Says, listen, how do these people remember things? Match the people. Sorry, match the people and what they do. We cannot listen, or you cannot listen the audio, so we're going to pass this activity. Okay. Let's continue with this part. Vocabulary notebooks. Why ways with verbs? Have you? Did you do this? Okay, that was homework, right? Very good. Yes, you send it to me, right? Okay, let me open our new presentation. I didn't. Well, I was. I wasn't actually hoping that we finish. That we finish so quickly our class today. But the thing is that the audio didn't let us to work properly, right, with the book. So I'm going to open our new presentation. Just give me a second, please. Okay, I almost opened our file. Okay, it is ready now. And we're going to continue with today's class because we still have half. Okay, Carlos. Can you hear me, Carlos? Hello. Okay. Looking back, in Unit 11, you learn how to use the past verb of be, which is was, were. Ask simple past information questions. Talk about past experience. Use expressions with go and get. Show interest in other people, and use any way to change the topic or end the conversation. Okay, so says, before you begin, what do you remember about these things? My first pet, my first friend, or my first home? Both. Both, but we have first pet, first friend, and first home. We have three three things there. What other first times do you remember? Your first kiss. Right. How to forget that, right? Okay, let's continue. My first. I remember my first day of school and no more details. Yes. My first day of school and my first day of work, right? Those are other first times that we have. And we have Jen Chang's kindergarten class in restaurant where Rosa Leon had her first job. It was awful. I was so scared of the teacher. I remember her name was Mrs. Johnson, and that she was very strict. The other kids weren't too happy either. We were all very quiet that day, right? And work. Rosa Leon. I had a part-time job in a restaurant. I was a server. I was young, only 16. Things were really busy that first day, so I was nervous. I made a lot of embarrassing mistakes, and my boss wasn't too pleased. But most people were nice because I was new. Okay, getting started. Listen. Why was Jeff scared? Why was Rosa nervous? Okay, you can answer this without listening to the actual. You can answer these things without actually listening to the audio, because here we have the script, right? The thing that they said, it's right here. Okay, so can you tell me why was Jeff and Rosa? Sorry, why was Jeff so scared and why was Rosa so nervous? Jeff was scared for his teacher was very strict because Jeff was scared because his teacher was very strict. Okay, and why was Rosa nervous? Okay, how about Rosa? Rosa was nervous because she had only 16 years and things were really busy that first day, and she made a lot of embarrassing mistakes, right? Yes, right? Okay, says then complete the answers to these questions about Jeff and Rosa. Then ask and answer these questions with a partner. Okay, you have to do it all by yourself, Carlos. Go ahead. Okay, let me know when you're ready with your answers. Okay, was teacher strict? Yes, she was very strict. Very good. Number two, were Jeff and his classmates noisy? Weren't. No, they weren't noisy. Was Rosa Bus happy about her mistakes? No? Were Rosa customers nice? Yes, they were nice because Rosa was new. Let's go to the next exercise. Grammar simple past of be. And we have was, were, was. I was only 16. You were nervous. She was strict. It was awful. We were quiet. They were scared. Wasn't was not. Weren't equals to were not. I wasn't very old. You weren't relaxed. She wasn't very nice. It wasn't fun. We weren't noisy. They weren't happy. Were you nervous? Yes, I was. No, I wasn't. Was it fun? Yes, it was. No, it wasn't. Were they nice? Yes, they were. No, they weren't. In conversation, was is one of the top 20 words. Okay, says complete. Exercise A, complete these conversations with was or wasn't, were or weren't. Practice with a partner. And we have exercise 1, 2, 3, and 4. Tú solito. Yes. You cannot compare with a partner. need a partner. One. Yeah, Mr. David. He was a lot of fun. He was never strict. Were your teachers fun? No, they weren't. They were always very strict. Okay, number two. Do you remember first CD you bought? Yeah, it was the Backstreet Boys. They were my favorite group. Very good. Tell me about your best friend, Carlos. Number three. Okay. Last one is we were. Sorry. Tell me about your first best friend. Were you in school together? No, we weren't. She wasn't in my class. She was my neighbor. Our parents were friends. Did you have a pet? Did you have a pet when you were a kid? Yeah, my first pet was a little pony. It wasn't very big. Okay, now says ask and answer questions and give your own answers. Okay, Carlos? Now, the same questions but with your very own answers. Like for example, if you remember your first teacher, if you remember the first CD you bought, or your best friend and your first pet. Okay, go ahead, Carlos. Write me about those things. you remember your first teacher? No, I don't remember my first teacher. Number 2, do you remember the first CD you bought? Yeah, it was Código Fama. Wow. Number 3, tell me about your first best friend. No, we weren't. She was in my class. What? Okay, this answer, like, it doesn't have like too much sense. Okay, tell me about your best friend. Did you have a pet when you were a kid? Yeah, my first pet was a dog. Okay, very good. Okay, yes, but like for example, me dices in la number 3 about your best friend. Dice, tell me, tell me about your best friend. Y me dices, no, no, nosotros no éramos, ella no estaba en mi clase. Entonces me tienes que decir algo de ella porque no, like, I don't get the message, right? Okay, Carlos, we're going to continue. Ah, were you in school together? Ah, okay, okay, yes, you're right. Okay, yeah. Were you in school together? No, we weren't. She was in my class. Okay, it's the same, right? Okay, says now speaking naturally, stress and intonation. Give me a second. Sorry. Sorry, Carlos. Ajá. Yes. La pregunta dice, yes, sorry. I forgot that. Says, now listen and repeat these questions and answers. Do you remember your first English class? And so on. Okay, we're going to have this as a homework. Do you remember your first English class? Was the class easy? Were the other students good? Were they nice to you? Was your teacher strict? Okay. And here we have the answers. Right now it wasn't. It was hard. Yes, they were all very smart. Yes, they were. They were very friendly. And yes, she was, but she was nice, right? You're going to answer these questions. Vas a responder esas preguntas, but with your own information for next class, para la siguiente clase. Okay, Carlos? We're going to finish the class for today. And I really have to see you on Friday. I think that I have creo que tengo una cita con el doctor, so probably I